Back again. Today is Sunday, the 26th of June. And earlier this afternoon, my colleague and good friend, Hatun Tash, once again arrested at Speaker's Corner. That's right. This looks like it's an affair that happens every few months. Fortunately, she was not attacked and hurt this time. They didn't try to kill her this time. Her crime, though, is what is odd. She has been charged with suspicion of criminal damage. That's what the police have said, why they've arrested her. We've now got the videos, 3 different videos from 3 different angles. I'd like to see if you can understand this charge. Suspicion of criminal damage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just play the videos that have come from those at the corner, people who are right there next to her. This is a Sunday afternoon where she goes. Typically, she's wearing a T-shirt with Charlie Hebdo on the back and also a picture of the famous picture of the little baby crying after having killed all these people and complaining to mommy that they hurt his feelings. That's one of her typical pictures on her front. She's holding up a Qur'an and it has holes in it, which is what she does every Sunday. She takes a holy Qur'an down to Speaker's Corner. I wouldn't do this, don't you do it, but Hatun does, and she does it for a number of reasons. It's a play on words for the Standard Narrative has holes in it, quoted by Dr Yasir Qadhi back in June 8th, 2020. And so she's playing off that holes in your Quran. She's showing the holes in the Quran, and you look at it. We'll show you a picture of it. Here's a picture of it right here. It's not just any holes. When you look at the holes, they're Mickey Mouse. It's a picture of Mickey Mouse. And that's what she thinks of the Quran. Now, that's something that she does. Please don't you do it. I won't do that. But she's making a point for 2 reasons. That's the first reason. The second reason she holds up that holy Quran is because this is the bastion of freedom of speech. Speaker's Corner is the one last place on earth where you can say incriminating things, things that are damaging, things that are incendiary. And by all accounts, what she does is incendiary, and it is very disturbing to Muslims. But where else can you do it but Speaker's Corner? This is the last place on earth, really, where you can still do this with a Quran. She's not burning the Quran. She's not destroying the Quran. She's putting holes in it because the Muslims have now claimed it has holes in it. And she's making that point. And she's doing it only at Speaker's Corner because it's the one place where she should be protected. She should be protected to be able to say this. And that's why she is very careful to make this point. If you look at that, here is a picture of what's on her front. There's the pen. It's the pen is the problem for Muslims. Anytime that you criticize Islam, anytime that you say anything critical of the Prophet or of the Quran, they want to kill you. And they have tried to kill Hatun, and she was almost killed a year ago. Thank God for those angels that protect her. She should be dead by now at Speaker's Corner. We did a video on that right after it happened. So here she is. She's holding up the Quran. What I want you to do before we get into the video, I want you to look for this man here. Look at this man here. I'm just going to show you some pictures of him. You will see him come up behind Hatun. In fact, I'm going to show you 2 different videos. Just take a look at what he does as he comes close to the camera. Obviously, this is premeditated. They are going to grab that Quran from her. They're going to grab that Quran and run with it. You can see him as he's whispering to different people what he's going to do as he gets closer and closer. So this is the man who is at fault here.
I'm just recording the crowd. I pointed the camera in your face from over here. Don't stand in front of the camera if you don't want to be filmed. I'll film what I like. What I like.
Right, now, you've seen the video, you see that he's getting closer and closer, and then suddenly you see him grab the Quran and run. That's from one angle. Let's now look at from another angle, and this time you will see a little more clearly as to what actually happened. You'll see him come up behind her, over on her left, and now you'll see him grab the Quran and run with it, and then look and see this man here, because this man here tries to stop them, tries to stop those who run after, including the man who is videoing for Hatun, Hatun's teammate. Both of her teammates run with her to run down the Quran, and this guy purposely tries to hold onto the tripod to keep her from going ahead. Let's watch this. All right, what happened next? Well, we're going to show you what happened next. After she comes back, she then comes to set up her camera. She realizes she's not going to get her Quran back. It's obvious now that the police are not going to help her out. So she comes back and she starts to set up her camera to get ready for her talk for that day. What criminal damage has she done up to this point? Can you find it? Can you see it? Is there any criminal damage? Is she the one that stole anything? No, it's obviously the Muslims have stolen it. So she's setting up her camera, and look and see what the police do when they come. Now, I'm just going to show the whole rest of the video of how they arrest her. You will see one of her cameraman tries to stop the police from arresting her. She tries to. She's restrained, and they grab her and they put her into a headlock so she cannot move, and then they just walk her right out of the crowd. On the way, the Muslims start pushing and shoving people. They push the cameraman into an older Christian woman. She falls to the ground. You'll see her fall to the ground just off to the side of the camera. She was hurt. The police don't do a thing. They're not concerned with anybody else but Hatun. And then, of course, you will see her as she's in a headlock, and they're pushing her, and the crowd is mocking her. You can hear the crowd mocking, and they are rejoicing. And there you will hear Allahu Akbar, and you will see Muslims. They're so glad that she has been arrested. This is a heyday for the Muslims. The police have done their work well.
Yeah, you touch him, Mr. You don't touch me anymore.
And Allah's Prophet said that Shaitan has become a Muslim. Look, I can see many Shaitan here. Many Shaitan here. And they are shouting and they are yelling just like Shaitan. Without any meaning. Without any meaning, they are shouting and they are yelling.
What just happened? Yeah, what happened? All I know is that so many people are speaking. Can you be quiet?
Lying is a sin before the eyes of God, and you lie. The police is just Madam,
It is not hard for at all. Look at this, look at the top, look at the top.
Stay back.
So she's in the van, she's now arrested. She's still in prison right now as I speak. We don't know when she'll be let out. We don't know what the charges are. Two of Hatun's teammates go up to the police and ask what is going on. What are the charges? Look and see how the police respond.
Do you know anything about what's going on up there?
She had her book stolen from her.
That was her book.
That was her book.
That's all I needed to know.
Right, that was her book.
I needed to know that.
They stole it from her, and then we've all been assaulted.
She had her book stolen. Right? She tried to run after them. I tried to run after them. A couple of the Muslims nearby grabbed me and held me back. Right?
Yeah, I was shoved and kicked.
And the guy got away. And then, no disrespect to you, but then the police came along and they arrested her, the victim. They've arrested the victim.
We'll put them in there.
We've all been assaulted. We've all been assaulted. I have got the book.
What's going on?
But she hasn't done anything wrong. She's the victim.
We don't know that until we investigate.
Well, why did you arrest her then?
She's been arrested for public order.
No, you arrested her because it's easier to arrest her than it is to go after this lot.
What goes on?
All the time. All the time.
We'll get to the bottom.
All the time.
We'll get to the bottom.
All the time. Look, we pray for you guys, we respect you, we love you, we pray for you. But all the time, you cover up the crimes of Muslims.
No one's covering up.
But you arrest her.
And if it turns out she's got nothing to do with it, she gets the arrested.
I've got the footage and I will send it to you. Give me your goddamn email address.
The problem
Are you all proud of yourselves? When you was arrested now, I was being kicked, punched and shoved and no one did nothing about it. What was I being kicked and punched for? Because I was filming it.
And we are losing freedom in this country. We're losing free speech and we're losing freedom because people are scared to deal with it.
Well, we won't be scared to deal with it. We'll find out what's going on, alright?
So you've seen everything. You've seen where in one place, as she's been let out, people are throwing things at her. It's obvious that the police just want to get her out of there. She is the problem. But what has she done wrong? Why has she been arrested? Can any of you answer that? Do you see any criminal damage here? To date, that's all she has been accused of. Suspicion of criminal damage. They're going to say, well, we don't really know until we see all the videos. Well, I hope they watch this video. So, is this what the police are going to be doing from here on out? Anytime they don't like what Hatun says, anytime they don't like her T-shirts or her Holy Qur'an, she'll make some more Holy Qur'ans. This is not the first one that's been stolen. This is not the first time she's also been shoved and arrested. This is not the first time she's been beat up. This is not the first time they've even tried to, well, they didn't try to kill her today, but they certainly would have. They would have liked to. You can see some of the comments from those on either side. But does this mean that anytime she comes with a book, Quran, that they don't want her to hold up in public or wears a T-shirt, that is incendiary or that is they consider to be Islamophobic, that the police are just going to arrest her and get her out of there. This is basically what they're doing, is they have already pronounced her guilty. She is the guilty party here, according to the police. But not in my book. Not in your book. So what happened to that Quran? Where did it go? Take a look. Uncle Umar has that Quran. This is just about 15 minutes later, maybe about 20 minutes after she has left the corner. This guy holds up the book and puts it up on live stream right there for everybody to see. And he starts mocking Christians and saying, look at what a terrible thing you do. You're supposed to be people of love, but look what you do. Look what you do to our Quran. This is the Quran they stole. They didn't even leave Speaker's Corner. They're there at Speaker's Corner with the guilty object. Either the police are just inept, or as the photographer said, you just don't want to arrest any of the Muslims, you just want to arrest the Christians. There was only 2 or 3, maybe at the most 4 Christians down there, hundreds of Muslims. Who do you think are the problem at Speaker's Corner? The Christians or the Muslims? And is this the ineptitude of the British police, that they are going after the victims now at the one place where you are supposed to be able to say anything you want, the one place where you can hold up holy Qurans, holy H-O-L-E-Y Qurans. The one place you should be able to use mockery. Yes, I don't do it. I don't ask you to do it. But is this not a place where Hatun is still able to do it? Should this not be a place where we should push the boundaries, where we can't do anywhere else? If we can't do it at Speaker's Corner, folks, we've lost our freedom of speech. Bravo for Hatun for maintaining her posture over all these years, as many times as she has been beat up, been spat upon, been arrested, and yes, even almost killed. Stabbed just a year ago. Bless her, for she is at least trying to keep Speaker's Corner as it was meant to be when it was created over 200 years ago. Let's hope the police can understand this. I don't have much appreciation for the British police. They seem to be cowards. They only go after the lowest common denominator. And then they just wash their hands and said, it's not our affair. We will look and see later on as to who is guilty, and they'll let her go tomorrow. But this means that the next week and the next week and then the next week, all the Muslims need to do is call the police, and let them arrest Hatun, and she will be taken off the street. Bless you, this is Jay. Sad day, another sad day, and many that will yet to come. Okay, Jay, over and out.